The Growing Up in New Zealand study is a hugely important piece of work. I'm honoured to launch the first report of this study. These are the first results gathered from the antenatal phase of the study. The scope of this study is impressive. Tracking more than 7,000 Kiwi children from birth to adulthood makes us one of the largest studies of child development ever undertaken in Australasia. Although New Zealand is known as a centre of expertise for this kind of research, we have never seen anything of this scale and depth before. There is huge potential for learning about our children and families. The information we gather about these 7,000 children will give us a comprehensive picture of 21st century Kiwi children and families. The study looks at the home environment, school, peer groups, family relationships, parents' values, culture, ethnicity, transition from school to work, and how all these things impact on the lives of those involved. It will help us understand the factors that affect our 21st century families, children, and their development. That information can help inform policy in New Zealand for decades to come. It will help us understand the root causes of our most significant stumbling blocks. Stumbling blocks such as educational underachievement. Quite frankly, it's disgraceful that 1 in 5 children leave school without basic numeracy and literacy skills, and this is a major focus for our government. In health, we have high rates of infectious diseases compared with other developed countries. Violent crime, last year recorded more than 65,000 violent crimes, and our high suicidal rates, especially youth suicide rates, which are second highest in the world. We need to understand these things. Or long-term welfare dependency. What is really preventing people from coming back to the workforce, and what holds back our productivity of our country, and the way we treat our children. New Zealand is blessed in so many ways, yet we have one of the highest death rates from child maltreatment. I am absolutely passionate about these issues. We have to do better when it comes to protecting our children. Child, Youth and Family receives 125 notifications a year. 55 require further action. 55,000 require further action. 21,000 are found to be substantiated cases of abuse. We're talking about thousands of children, and there are thousands more we don't hear about. They probably go to school with your children or your grandchildren. Their teacher knows something is up, but there are no visible bruises. But there is no lunchbox either. Their take-home reading books remain untouched week to week. There is no engagement in learning, not much ability to make friends. But then how do you learn affection and humour in a home which is full of anger and neglect? In 10 years' time, the children will be old enough to be in the workforce. Do you think he'll be the sort to turn up early, work hard, be trusted to take charge and make decisions? Do you think he or she is going to make a good parent? Maybe. Maybe he'll be one of those resilient little kids that turn out just fine. But chances are he won't. And this is everybody's problem. These 10-year-olds of today are the parents and workforce of tomorrow. We need them to be contributing, participating members of our society. And we need them to raise their own kids well. Every year we spend billions on programs and payments for children and families. Social development, the accounts for a third of government's expenditure at $21 billion. Within that, child, youth and families spend $567 million. $292 million goes to services delivered by our non-government partners, organisations like the Salvation Army, Budgeting Services, Family Violence Network. We spend $8 billion a year on benefits. That's more than $20 million a day. And of course, that is just social development spending. You also need to factor in justice, education, and health as well. Currently, poor social results present a huge cost to society and the taxpayer. I won't steal Dr. Morton's thunder by talking too much about the findings of the study, but I can say that even at this early stage, there are some valuable messages for government. This study provides us with a good barometer of the current well-being of our children and families. From this first instalment, we've gained a thought-provoking snapshot of the changing New Zealand family. For example, a fifth of the New Zealand children will grow up in a home where English is not the main language. It also told us that while most mothers are managing their pregnancies well, there are many who smoke and drink through their pregnancy, too many. So there are some clear challenges highlighted in this study already. Over time, as more layers of data are added, we'll learn more about the causes of our most significant issues and be able to develop relevant policies to combat these problems. We can turn our stumbling blocks into building blocks. It's an exciting prospect for us all. I would like to congratulate Dr. Morton and her team on the presentation of this first report and to wish them well for the rest of the work that lies ahead. Thank you.